We have here the brand new Pinarello DOGMA F in a size 500, weighing 6.86 with 2 cages on there. I'm struggling. 15 pounds, 4 ounces. 6.86. 15 pounds, 4 ounces. Stay tuned after video. We are free to buy some of the Princeton Peak 4550. What if I was to sit here and tell you that this was the brand new Pinarello DOGMA F? And you guys might be asking yourselves, well, Grant, it doesn't look anything different. Well, to be honest with you, you'd be right, because the fact that Pinarello did not change the name for this new bicycle, even though it has a bunch of new features on it. This is the brand new 2025 Pinarello DOGMA F. I wish they would have put a F Plus in there, an FR for racing, an FX, who knows, but this is just still called the Pinarello DOGMA F. And in today's video, we're gonna go over everything that they've changed on this bicycle, showcase what they developed to this bicycle to make it a little bit lighter and also a little bit faster. We'll talk about the price point, and then also, before I get into all the changes on this bike, first and foremost, huge shout out to City Bikes of Aventura. If you guys are looking for a Pinarello, hit up my buddy over here, Miguel. He'll be able to take care of you guys. He has Pinarellos, Treks, Sorellos over here, so if you guys need any kind of help with Pinarellos or the new Treks as well, let him know, and he'll be able to get you a new bicycle for sure. So, anyways, this here right here is the Pinarello DOGMA F in a size 500, weighed in right at 6.86 kilos with those 2 cages installed. And the bicycle retail on this price is $15,500 or $16,500. I'm not sure because of the wheels on here. But yes, so here's what they changed on this bicycle. They put on a brand new handlebar to make it more lighter. It's called their Talon Ultra Fast. It has a new shape to it. They changed the head tube area to make it a little bit more sleeker in the wind. They wanted to improve aerodynamics on this bicycle. That was their main goal by changing the aerodynamics on here completely. So they made this head tube area much thinner, and they changed the steer column, which we'll talk about in just a second later on. They changed the entire carbon fiber layup. There is no more T1100. This is now their M40X. Sorry about that, my phone shut off because how hot it is. This is now their M40X, which is their lightest carbon fiber layup out there, which is how they're able to make this bicycle more aerodynamic, but also just as lightweight, weighing right around the UCI weight legal limit on there. They changed the seat post clamp on here, which we'll talk about later on in the video. They changed the bottom bracket. They put on a BB Aero keel. They actually completely changed the way the bottom bracket was designed. They made it thicker, and they said this is trickle-down technology from their 1 hour time trial record bike, and this was able to be done by rotating the BB to make it more aerodynamic. They also changed the down tube to make this narrower, again, to go ahead and improve aerodynamics. They wanted to take away as much frontal area on the bicycle as possible to go ahead and make it more aerodynamic in the wind. They also added sleek designs to their skewers on here, just like other bikes have, like BMC in the past. There are no more through axle threads right here. There's no more through axle threads right here in the back as well. They have a brand new Onda fork, which is better for a better angle, for better descents and faster speeds. That is everything that I'm pretty sure of in terms of what they changed on this bicycle. One, the Pinarello DOGMA F has always been one of the nicest bikes out there on the market. It looks like the Ferrari of bicycles. It's known to be that Italian bicycle. It says Italian made. The paint job on these bikes are gorgeous. The lines on these bikes are gorgeous if this is your kind of take on here. But it is definitely a top tier aerodynamic or weapon of bicycles. They also have one of the best geometry specs out there on the market in terms of so many different size option choices between for small and middle and large size riders. So they are one of the best geometries out there in terms of how many options they give for riders and consumers. So do we like the differences and changes? I know I made a video talking about how little they look to the bicycle, and literally looking at this thing from the side, just a quick glance of it, it still says DOGMA F, it still says the same logos, but there's not a lot to it that looks different if you weren't looking for it. Do you think they did enough? Now, who knows how it rides, who knows how it feels? Like in my video I said they might have a crazy new carbon layup to make this thing lighter. They said with this new carbon fiber layup they were able to shave off around 100 grams from the old previous frame. So that is nice, because they also made this thing much more aerodynamic with the bottom bracket, with the head tube area, and everything like that. Also, I'll say this right now, I don't know why they put the old Peak 4550s on there on a brand new 2025 bike. There's brand new Peak 4550 Evos. Why are they using the older style wheels? I have no idea. But anyways, let's get into this whole bicycle. So starting off with the cockpit, this is a whole new revised Talon Ultra Fast one-piece barn stem. Now, if you did not know Pinarello, because it has a different shaped steer on here, you need to use this proprietary bar on this bicycle. Now the new design behind this is that they have smaller hoods and wider drops. They're following the trend. Oh, we got a big truck coming home. Truck is passed. Video may consume or resume. I don't even know why I said consume. But they're following the new trend of the narrower handlebars in the hoods, because this is where you do majority of your riding time to put you in a more aerodynamic state, and a little bit wider flare out for better descents and maybe better leverage on sprints as well. I'm here for that. I like this kind of style of bar. It makes it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more ergonomic. And also with this bar, they say it's going to be a lighter bar as well. So if you're riding per se a 38 right here, this will be a 40. If you're riding a 40, this will be a 42, so on and so forth. We don't have to go into it. They also offer an out front mount that literally has 2 holes right here, which you can go ahead and change in there. And you can do that if you like. You also have your spacers that you go ahead in their breakaway space. You can drop down and make it a little bit lower if you want to without having to re-bleed your bicycle, which is always nice. Now, for this new steer on this fork, it is like an oval shape. It's almost like not a circle, it's like an elongated oval. And the reason for this is because they want to make this head tube as skinny as possible. If we see all these bicycles today's day and age, they are a very wide circle and they have the cables integrated into the head tube. And the way to do this is they put the cables either on the outside or outside. So this way they're able to go ahead and tuck the cables as close as they can to the center by making this fork now ovalized. So now the oval fork is like this. And it's going to allow for the cables to be routed a little bit smoother and make this frontal area on this head tube much more skinnier, which is always nice. On the new fork, they have the new Onda fork as well. Like I said, it's a little bit more raked out, and they said it's better for descent. The pros approve. I don't know how much I'll approve of it because I don't descend here. I don't know how the average rider will approve of it because we don't descend here, but obviously they want to make this bike as fast as possible. Now for the hidden through axles, this is no different. A lot of companies have been doing this for a long time. BMC's been doing it. WINSPACE Agile's been doing it. We're starting to see more and more companies do the hidden side through axles, but they say it's more aero, but it does look more cleaner. Only downside is if you do not have a direct mount drive trainer, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you cannot attach this thing to an old school style trainer. For the wheels on this bicycle, it is a Princeton Carbon Works Peak 4550 with a bladed spoke and white industry hubs. Now again, like I said, this is one of their lowest tier configurations for the wheels they offer. This is the cheapest model they offer in a Princeton with the white industry hubs. I would think on this style of bike, it will come with the newer Evos and maybe like a DT Swiss 240 or 180, but maybe they had a bunch left over, who knows? But that's just my take on it. The tires that come mounted on here are the Grand Prix 5000 STRs in a size 700 by 28C. The bicycle can take up to a 700 by 32C tire on here. Going over to this side, you have the brand new through axle as well, which they said they just developed an ultra light, skinny through axle, so it's a little bit lighter there to shave off some weight. You have a 160mm XTR disc brake on here. That's pretty weird to see on a new group sets. I thought a bunch of people ran out, but these are actually lighter than the new Dura-Ace group sets. You have the Dura-Ace front disc brake mount caliper right here, and you have your regular Onda fork as well. Now for the big old beluga belly bottom bracket keel on here. They say that when they developed this and designed this and they tilted the way it did, it was allowing it to be 1.2% more aerodynamic than the older style bottom bracket. So again, they're looking to squeeze a little bit of margin out of everything they can because these bikes are such a pinnacle and such a high standpoint that they're trying to do as much as they can. So it's definitely wider. There's definitely a lot more girth there. There's definitely a lot more carbon there. And with carbon reinforcing that BB area where that load of the bike takes so much stress. You got to think, you're pedaling, you're climbing, you're sprinting. That part of the bicycle takes so much stress. I'm not opposed to it having more carbon fiber in that area because only will that mean that you're going to get an improved lateral stiffness bike, which therefore relates to more power output and you don't have to work as hard to go ahead and move the bike forward. You have the Dogma logo on the side right here. You have the included bottle cages on your bike that cost $15,000. Why would it not be? Don't tell me. I think those are plastic. I don't know why they'd be plastic. They should be carbon fiber, but who knows? You have the Pinarello DOGMA right here up top here. The logo, you have the F logo. I love this raw carbon look in the matte. It looks super high end, very cool. The now skinnier down tube compared to the last generation of the Dogma F. So the new Dogma F is much skinnier. Again, like I said, like how are you supposed to compare a Dogma F to Dogma F? At least for like the Tarmac SL7, Tarmac SL8, people are like, oh, it doesn't look that different. But like you can say like, hey, I have the new one. This one, you're like, hey, I have the Dogma F. The new one or the old one? The new one. Hey, Dogma F, what bike? The new one or the old one? Like, come on, just put a plus sign there or something, man. Put anything. Put asterisks. Okay. Yeah, so back to the bottom bracket. It is Italian threaded BSA, which is always known and loved for the Italian bikes. It says right there, made in Italy. And then also it is a Dura-Ace crank on here in a Shimano configuration. Going on over to this side, we have the Shimano crankset in a 5034, and this is going to be a, what size crank? What are we rocking here? A 170 crank on here with a Shimano crankset and a 5034. We have the Shimano XTR Dura-Ace chain. We have the Shimano Dura-Ace front derailleur. Going to the rear of the bicycle, they say this thing has much more cleaner lines, everything designed to it with the bottom bracket keel shape, with the down tube. We have much more cleaner rear stay as well. And again, no more holes in the rear stay of the back bicycle to go ahead and make it more aerodynamic. So that's why you're gonna get that kind of derailleur hang that looks a little bit funky in the back there as well. You have an 1130 cassette in the back and a Dura-Ace rear dur as well. Going to the other side, we have here the the Shimano XTR 140 rear dur, and then you have also your little multi-tool that allows you to remove your through axles. These are always a big plus. If you ever get a flat tire and you don't have your toolkit on you, this will save your ride. If you don't want the look of this because it looks kind of dorky, you can go ahead and pull this out and remove it, and that way you can go ahead and take it to your front or wherever you want. But like Specialized doesn't have those, so I don't have those, so I'm not a big fan of it. Going to the other part that's new. Look at this sweat, dude, on my arm. This is 12 o'clock, middle of summer in Florida. I am like going through right now. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done here, guys. All right, so the rear seat post clamp on here. Before, you used to be able to see the seat post clamp. You used to be able to take it out right here. You used to be able to come out. You still have the exact same bolts you used before on the seat post clamp, but with this design, they said it's going to be a little bit more efficient, and it's a better hideaway, and yada, yada, yada. They say it's optimized for this bicycle. You also have a brand new, well, actually, probably the same seat post. I would assume this is going to be the exact same seat post on here as well. I'm not too sure, but this is a Pinarello proprietary seat post right here. It says minimum insertion. Obviously, this is a brand new stock bike, guys, so if you're looking for this bike anywhere, you can find it here, but don't question me why the seat post is so high. This is not fitted for anyone right now. On here, we also have our most ultralight carbon fiber saddle, carbon fiber rails, carbon fiber body, nice wide cutout, a bunch of padding, which is a really, really good saddle. I think they updated this thing because that's a really, really nice saddle. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it. Let me know if I forgot anything of what they updated on this bicycle that's new on here. This is the 2025 Pinarello DOGMA F in a size 5000000. Retail on this thing is either $15,500 or $16,500. You do get the water bottle cages included with that. Also, water bottles. Let me know what you guys think. Was it enough changes to make you want to go ahead and drop your old Pinarello DOGMA F and buy the new one? Or are you going to stick with this for another generation and be happy with what you got? Anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching. Stay tuned for the free up buy sound test right after this. Here comes this free up buy sound test on these Peak 4550s with the white industry hubs on this Pinarello DOGMA F. Not bad. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you again so much for everyone watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.